Hey guys, how's it going? So, while I'm doing this video real quick, kind of eating. Just woke up, if you can't tell by my hair. And I know Z's wondering what I'm eating. Well, I'm eating eggs, probiotic, drinking my creatine, electrolytes, water, and a protein shake. For now. Uh, I've been talking about everyone about doing this video, and a lot of people have wondered what I've done to become where I am. And a lot of people have asked me, hey, I want to be there, or hey, I want to do this. My journey is my everyone has a book. Everyone has a book about themselves. If they've done something stupid, if they've done something hard, if they've done something crazy, everyone has their own book. It's just up to you to open up the pages and read them. Well, my book is kind of weird. Uh, and for all those people who don't know me, my name is Joshua Jones. I am 23 and I live in Omaha. I was raised in Council Bluffs, went to high school at Thomas Jefferson, and I am now married to a beautiful wife named Kylie. And yeah, that's basically it. That's my life right now. Uh, but to start off my journey, it wasn't easy. See, growing up, a lot of people don't know this, but I was actually an only child. Now, a lot of people know that I say my family's big because I have multiple families. Growing up, I was an only child. When I turned out, I actually had a sister. I actually have two. Um, Growing up, my dad actually left me when I was 7. Just straight up walked out. Um, Later on, my mom told me that my sister lives with my grandma because she was unfit to be a parent. I'm like, why am I here then? Um, Later on down the road, things are getting harder. About 15, 16, my mom started smoking weed a lot, and she was always high, so she couldn't really provide for the family. She didn't show up to work and stuff. That was kind of hard. We At that time, I was working at Taco Bell, and it's my senior year. I was working at Taco Bell, and I was paying half my paycheck to help out with the water bill. It was a little different. Um, we About 18, I ended up going to college. College didn't work out for me. I came back to find out that my mom was a drunk and just different, different. She uh, she she changed in many ways. I mean, this lady, she was smart. She had 2 master's degrees. She could have been a therapist. She was a counselor for orphan kids. I mean, this lady knew her shit. And she decided to go drink it away, go to bars. One day she told me that her business became bankrupt and it shut down, just done. Well, her friend called her and told her she has a job opening for her. So I said, look, you know what? You're lucky. You have people looking out for you. She didn't see it that way. She saw it as it's too much paperwork. I don't want to take the job. So we she kicked me out. She told me that I told her, I was like, look, you need the job. We got in an argument, and she kicked me out. I ended up staying at a friend's house. We lived in the basement a lot. We used to party all the time. That wasn't me. And if you knew me, and back in high school, I wasn't the drinking and hanging out type of person. It's actually a music nerd. I was actually in orchestra every day of my life. So that was a different change for me. I met a lot of different people. I hung out with a different crowd. I kind of hit rock bottom. Wasn't showering right. My hygiene was bad. My respect level for myself dropped. It wasn't good. Just drinking all the time. And I know a lot of people will watch this video and be like, "Well, drinking's fun," but it's not because you're wasting your time. You only have so much time to waste, and that's a long story later on. So I ended up moving back in, and I told her, I was like, look, I don't like where I am right now. I need to do something different. Well, when I was younger, we were in the Big Brothers Big Sisters company, and I got picked for this one guy named Wayne. Now, Wayne practically saved my life. He told me about the Army and told me how it's going to change me and that it's something I probably should do. I did. I did it. I went to Fort Knox for basic, and then I went to Fort Sill, Oklahoma for AIT, and then I went back to Fort Knox for my actual base. That sucked to see. I just lived weeks of hell, and I'm going back there to go fucking sit and do PT. So whatever. Um, Army was fun. Army. I gained a lot of people, like friends. I saw the world differently. Now I was stubborn, and I did a lot of shit I probably shouldn't have done. But that's everyone. Everyone does shit they're probably not supposed to do. I just got caught a lot. Is really what it is. Uh, I ended up deploying after I just got there, and that's kind of where everything turned south. Um, After I got out of the Army, my mom was homeless. She told me I was not fit. My sister got in a fight with me, said I'm acting like my mom, and blocked me. Whatever, like Facebook, live phone, whatever. The rest of my family told me that I need to come home and kind of fix up my mom. I said I can't. I'm deploying. I'm leaving. They told me I'm unfit to be part of the family because that is not what this family does, is leave the family. So they banished me from the family. I ended up deploying. It was great. Great experience. Deployment's different. You see things you don't want to see, but you do things you don't want to do, if that makes sense. And maybe people who deploy understand what I'm meaning. A lot of people say deployment's hard, which is true. It's not an easy walkway. It's not cakewalk. It's not. But there's some moments where it's so much better than where we are right now. Like, don't get me wrong. I love where I'm at. I love it. It's deployment. There's a difference between free and then freedom to me. I mean, freedom, I can walk around. I can go to work when I need to. I can drive. We have lights. I can eat what I want. Being free, though, is different. I legitimately felt like I had no responsibilities besides everyone else. I really didn't. I feel like it was just a crazy feeling of knowing that I just need to make sure that everyone else stays alive, and everyone else make sure that everyone else stays alive, and that's it. Just do your job. That's it. There's nothing else. You don't have to do side. You don't have to worry about girls getting pregnant, drinking all the time, running out of money. You don't have to worry about all this crap. You're fed, you're watered, you're sheltered, you have a job, that's it. And then you hang out with friends, you do whatever you need to, and it was great. During deployment, though, we actually had an outcome. I was actually resting after our lieutenant hit an IED, which is every day. Fuck. After relaxing, showering stuff, I was told that I was supposed to stay calm for 24 hours and then go see the medic again. I said, alright, cool. I laid down, I heard an explosion, and so I knew that we were taking IDF, which is indirect fire. Mortars, recoilless rifles, whatever the fuck they're shooting at us. One hit our tent, and I remember blacking out. A lot of people ask me what it's like to be in a coma, and I feel like I got restarted like a computer. Is what it feels like. I remember waking up vaguely a few times, couldn't move anything. I just remember looking, seeing light, and then that was it. Maybe once or twice. I woke up, tried to figure out what it was, and it felt like a sleep, to be honest with you. I ended up waking up and slowly regaining muscle strength, slowly getting, memory back about some stuff, and it was a long first week, let's just say that. At a table, in the far right corner, and I remember seeing one set of flowers in a card, and I figured maybe something else died. They said that was actually from this is that's what the army sends you when you're injured, a set of flowers and a card. I said, what do you mean? I mean, that's stupid. What they said more, they said, well, it's not because I do it to everyone. It's just my buddy sent it to me. And I said, all right, cool. That's good. I like that. You know. What about everything else? What about my parents? You know, I was in a relationship at that time, and nothing. They didn't even know. They didn't even care. I ended up getting out of the army, but I wasn't right. I wasn't okay. I was different. I was actually told 3 months after I woke up that I was not able to use my legs. My legs were done. They said that it's not regrowing strength or something. He was describing it to me, and all I heard was, you failed. That's all I heard. I didn't believe it. 6 months after that, I tried walking for the first time. I remember putting my right hand on the corner of the desk right in front of me, or I think it was like a shelf or something. I just remember putting my hand on this fake wood, and I just used it to press myself up. And usually, every time I did that, I'd fall down. This time, I didn't. I stayed up. It was probably the most amazing feeling I've ever had in my entire life. Like, being told you can't do something and then doing it. I understand, like, people say, oh, well, I do the same thing. My parents don't tell me to do this, but I reach for the cookie. It's, imagine being told you can't do something good and you do something good. Try that one out. It's a complete different feeling. I ended up getting better. I still wasn't right in the head. I didn't go through therapy because I ended up leaving early. Here's where the change started happening. I came back home and I didn't do things right. I didn't get a house. I didn't get a job. I just moved. Not right. I ended up moving into an apartment with a few guys where all they did was party and eat. They didn't work. I didn't pay bills. I didn't know that. We actually ended up losing the place within like 2 months. They told me that, hey, look, we don't have money to pay the bills. And I said, look, I just had money, and I spent it because I thought we were okay. When I got told that we had to move out in 2 weeks, I had nowhere else to go. I broke down. Imagine feeling the freedom that you had during deployment, knowing that you had no worries, you were taking care of everything, your life was set for good, and then within about a year later, you're sitting there knowing that you have no place to go. I proudly drank one night so much. I was sitting in the balcony, and I drank, and I drank, and I drank, and I started crying because I had nothing else to live for. A lot of people don't know this about me, but about 2 years ago, since I didn't go to therapy, I was not right. I ended up trying to jump off a ledge. I figured if I jumped off, it would end everything. I wouldn't feel this feeling anymore. 2 people stopped me, and then from there I knew that I had to change. I talked to someone very good to me, actually. I've talked to actually a few people. I talked to Jordan Kermode, who actually helped me out a lot during this time, more than enough, and Miguel Perez. If you guys need a friend, those 2 are 2 people to go to. Kid you not. Those guys are good guys. Jordan got me a place to stay for 3 days. Miguel actually got me a place to move to. I actually sat down and slept outside for 3 days. Outside of the YMCA in Council Bluffs. A lot of people don't know that, but a vet who legitimately just got back, who was excited to go home, had to sit outside for 3 days. Sleep outside. It was tough. It really was. It was really hard. It was a lot to take in, and I knew I needed help. I ended up going back to Kentucky for a while and restarting. I figured I had to go to therapy. So one of my things was they said that I need to start building confidence in myself. And the fastest way to do that is start working out. They said build something, look at yourself better. Do something to make yourself look better. And so I did. I was like, you know what, fine. I'll work out then. Maybe because I always see people working out and they feel great about themselves. I want to be like that. So I did. I ended up moving back here, and it's been a tough road, but it's been a great journey. So a lot of people have asked me, why do I do what I do? Because I'm someone who's gone through having everything to having it all taken away, but coming back to being on top. I mean, I've never thought I'd be married, weighing 250, powerlifting, and doing all this stuff. You know, I could be homeless in a wheelchair in Lincoln. You don't know. I don't even know. After getting back, I've realized that a lot of my motivation comes from knowing that I wasn't where I want to be. I work out a lot because it's not because of the confidence anymore. It's because I don't want to become where I was. I don't want to lay down and just coast in life. I don't want to be like that. That's not me. I've come to the realization that this is who I am. The gym itself does not, I never lose interest in. Never. Not only do I take out my frustration there, my stress, but I constantly see the better growing and how my body forms, and I love it. I love the feel that I get. The motivation that comes from me to go to the gym constantly is a lot of people tell me that I probably shouldn't think this way, whatever, but I feel like since I'm married now and, you know, there's a future at stake and stuff, I don't want to be like my parents. I feel like maybe my family is not me. That's not right. I work out because that motivation to be better is always there. I always want to be better. I always feel like I do not want to dumb down to what I was raised into. I feel like I have a better chance of being successful of who I am now than who I used to be. So, and my success is still growing. I mean, I used to work, I probably had 2 jobs before I joined the Army, and they were both fast food, and I got out of the Army, went back to Burger King and Taco Bell, and now I'm in retail and, you know, looking at better stuff. It's a lot different. It really is. So the motivation will always be there. To be successful, I've seen that if you want it, a lot, and you've seen a lot of posters where it says like, if you